Today we're going to be talking about winter sleeping bags, and this video is part of an ongoing series of articles we're doing over at ProLightGear.com called ProLight's Top 5. And so be sure to check out those articles for additional information on everything we're going to be discussing today. So let's jump right into it. Brad, I've got some questions here for you. What is considered a winter bag?
What I would consider a winter sleeping bag is a sleeping bag that will take you in colder temperatures better than 15 degrees, meaning that 15 degrees and colder.
So is that a rating that you would say is standard for all across the United States or North America or the world?
Oh, absolutely not. 15 degrees is more kind of like the southern Colorado in the winter. I would say a 0 degree bag in Montana for sure. Negative 20 degree bag in Alaska. I mean, it's definitely geographically different, as well as for different body types.
Okay. Let's talk about that. In fact, that's actually a good segue to the next question I have for you. Before you start shopping for a winter sleeping bag, what are some of the things you should know?
Oh, know yourself. If you're the type of person that's sitting around the house and you have to grab a blanket all the time, you probably sleep fairly cold. If you're always kicking the covers off in the middle of the night because you're too hot, you're probably a fairly warm sleeper. And you can get away with different bags being a warmer sleeper and have to go with a little warmer sleeping bag if you're a colder sleeper.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Brad and I actually represent two different ends of the spectrum in terms of, are we a cold sleeper or a warm sleeper? I sleep very, very cold, and Brad...
I'm a mutant.
Yeah, he sleeps very, very warm, and so what I would consider, an adequate bag for a specific outing would be vastly different than what Brad would want to take on that outing, just based on our size and how we sleep. So is it possible then for you to answer the question of what is the best winter sleeping bag?
I can answer the question what's best for an individual, but not the best overall sleeping bag. What we carry here at ProLight are the best of the best from around the world. And so pretty much whatever you're going to buy, we can tailor it to fit you the best or work best for your situation.
Okay. So then what are some of the features you look for in a winter sleeping bag to help us determine what's best for any specific customer?
For winter sleeping bags for me, the thing I look for first and foremost is fit. I don't want to spend a lot of useless time heating up a bunch of dead air inside a sleeping bag. You and I would use two drastically different sleeping bags. You would be fine in a narrow cut bag and be very, very efficient. I could barely zip that bag up. And you would not want to use my bag because there's so much extra dead air. You have to spend so much extra time heating that bag up. It'd be very inefficient for you.
Yeah, I've looked at a couple other reviews or articles on the internet where they assign a numeric value to comfort for a sleeping bag, and that always kind of puzzles me how they can come to a standardized number for all body types, and give a sleeping bag a comfort rating. A bag that would be comfortable for me, Brad may not be able to get into it. I'm 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. Brad's 6'3" and over 230. So, different bag requirements just to handle the girth of our chest, etc.
And different lengths of our bodies.
Exactly. So a comfort rating, I suppose you could narrow that down to specific body types. We can give a comfort rating.
For sure.
And we could say, a bag that's cut larger is going to be more comfortable for a larger person.
And depending if you're using it for a layering system, if you're going to take a 15 degree bag and try and get it to 0, you're going to be wearing a down jacket or down pants inside a sleeping bag. Maybe get it a little bit bigger so you're not compressing all that down and losing the warmth out of it anyway.
So show the viewers a couple of different bags and let's talk about some of the different features that they might want to look for.
One of the other features I look for in a sleeping bag is the draft collar along the on the zipper. Just so this seals in the heat that you've already made inside the bag. It helps retain that warm air from leaking out or cold air getting in.
Is that an absolute mandatory requirement for a winter sleeping bag?
I think any bag that will take you down 15, that will go 20 degrees and lower, has to have a full neck baffle and a full zipper.
Okay, show us what a neck baffle is.
So this is the neck baffle. When you zip up the sleeping bag, this connects around there to seal off around your neck so you don't lose any body heat. Volandre has one of the better ones. This is a Volandre Fraser, by the way. This is a negative 20 bag. It is 900 fill fat gray goose down. This is one of the most interesting neck baffles I've seen. Affectionately nicknamed the Marie Antoinette draft collar because there's just a small hole for you to put your head through, and a full baffle on both sides that goes completely around the head to seal off the warmth incredibly well.
And so the purpose of that is when your body is heating up the air inside the sleeping bag, this prevents that air that's already warmed up from escaping out of the bag when you're laying there, or particularly when you're moving around in the sleeping bag, turning onto your side, etc.
The other feature that I look for on the winter sleeping bag is what kind of material is used on the outside and what kind of DWR is used on the outside of the bag as well. This is the Puma from Western Mountaineering. This is their negative 25-degree bag. This is one of their microfiber series bags. This has a very, very slight DWR put onto the face fabric. It's woven so tightly that no wind can get through. It's highly calendared, meaning they've compressed the nylon to where the nylon's touching everywhere inside the woven material. So its weatherproofness comes from the weave of the material, so you're not depending on a coating. If you want to depend on a coating for your water resistance inside of a tent due to condensation, Montbell has something called a 100-wash DWR called Polkatex. It is the best DWR I've used to date. I've been in situations where it feels like it's raining inside your tent at the end of the night.
Just due to the condensation in the tent?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like just rain streaks coming down inside your tent and dripping on your footbox.
And that happens a lot in the shoulder seasons here in Montana, right?
Completely. And you know, a lot of the time in the Cascades, it's just it's a fact of life out there. The DWR and the Montbell sleeping bags, I've woken up and had water inside my tent puddling at my feet. I've expected my feet to be completely soaking wet, and my down bag has been completely fine. I just pick it up, shake it out, the water falls off, and I go on my merry way.
Talk about fill quality, the power fill, etc. on some of the bags. That's a term you hear a lot.
It's all based on how many cubic inches 1 ounce of down lofts itself to. 800 fill down lofts itself to 800 cubic inches of space. 850 fill lofts itself to 850 cubic inches. And Volandre uses 900 fill. This is a 900 fill bag, so 1 ounce of down will loft itself to 900 cubic inches of down.
Okay, well, let's do this. We'll keep this as just a general overview video, and then we'll do videos on several of the different bags we carry at the store, so we can get into more depth and give a detailed overview of each bag. So thank you for viewing this video, and keep in mind that you can visit prolightgear.com for additional information on all of these products, and feel free to contact us. We're happy to help you out with selecting a bag that's good for you and answer any questions you have. And also, please keep in mind that we will price match all competitors' prices. Thanks.
Thank you. And as always, you have a nice day.